Hello dear students. Today I will discuss part 2 of unit 4 chemical kinetics. After studying this part, you will be able to explain rate constant, that is also known as a specific reaction rate, or velocity constant symbolized as K, its characteristics and units of rate constant. This is very important topic for board examination. Then we will be able to distinguish between rate of reaction and rate constant. Rate of reaction I had discussed in previous lecture of part 1 of unit 4, that is the change in concentration of reactant or product per unit time. It may be average rate of reaction or instantaneous rate of reaction. Then you will be able to explain order of reaction and molecularity of a reaction. Order of reaction is experimental quantity and molecularity may be unimolecular when one molecule participate, bimolecular when two molecules participate, or trimolecular when three molecules are participate. That is known as molecularity of a reaction. Then you will be able to differentiate between order and molecularity. Then you will be able to explain rate determining step. Here the slowest step is the rate determining step. So if reaction take place in number of steps, there you have to find the slow step that determine the rate of reaction. And lastly, derive integrated rate equation for zero order reaction. And then I have discussed some question based on above topic. Now let us start rate constant, are also known as specific reaction rate, velocity constant, that is symbolized as K. Here when the concentration of both reactants, if reaction is bimolecular, both reactant are unity, that means 1 is the concentration, then the rate of reaction is known as rate constant. Now to explain this, consider a simple reaction A plus B. A plus B are reactant. This will gives a product. For this we can write the rate equal to K concentration of A की power 1 concentration B की power 1. When the concentration, that is also known as active mass, according to law of mass action, of A and B are unity, that is 1, in that condition rate is equal to K. So like that you can define the rate of reaction in term of rate constant. Now characteristics of rate constant, this is also very important aspect. First, greater the value of rate constant, faster is the reaction. That is, if two rate constant are given here, K1 given in 10 की power 22 and K2 given 10 की power 30. So more the value of K, faster will be the rate of reaction. Second, each reaction has a particular value of rate constant at a particular temperature. That means a particular temperature you always got the rate constant as a fixed value. Third, the value of rate constant for the same reaction changes with temperature. That means if reactions are same, reactant are same, product are same, but temperature are changed, in that condition only the value of rate constant should be changed. So that's indicate that the value of rate constant is temperature dependent quantity. Fourth, the value of rate constant for a reaction does not depend upon the concentration of reactant. That is, the value of rate constant only and only depend upon the temperature, but not here the concentration of the reactant. Then the unit of rate constant depend upon the order of reaction. That means if the order of action is changed, in that condition the unit of rate constant is also changed. Then different reactions have different value of K. That indicate that number of reactions proceed at different rate because they have different value of K. Now you have to know about how to calculate the unit of rate constant. So let us take a general example. For general reactions, AA plus BB, this will give CC plus DD. Here small ABCD is known as stoichiometric coefficient. Now we can write the rate in term of like this. Rate equal to K, A की power be taken the X and B की power be taken Y. As I told you in the previous lecture, the coefficient may be equal to the power or may not be equal to the power because this is the experimental quantity. By seeing the balance reaction, we cannot write the rate in term of stoichiometric coefficient. Now here X plus Y equal to, we have to take in the N, that is known as order of reaction. Here in the rate law, the power are added and that power added after adding give the order of reaction. So now we have to calculate the unit of K. So now K equal to rate divided by A की power X, B की power Y. As the unit of rate equal to mole per liter time inverse, and here the square bracket indicate the molar concentration. So now we get the a general unit term concentration 1 minus n time inverse. Here n indicate order of reaction. It may be 0, it may be 1, it may be 2, it may be fraction, and time may be in second, may be in days, may be hours, may be years. Or we can write like this, the concentration here mole per liter, that's indicate the power 1 minus n time inverse. If in place of concentration we have taken the pressure, so we write the unit like this, ATM or bar we taken, that's power 1 minus n time inverse. Now two examples are taken here. Unit of K for zero order reaction, as n equal to 0, so 1 minus 0 equal to 1. The power 1 indicate that mole per liter time inverse. Time is given the second, so we can write the in place of time directly the second inverse. Unit of K for first order reaction. For first order reaction, as a general formula, n equal to 1, so 1 minus 1 0, that is the power is 0. This indicate the anything have power 0, that value is 1. So that means the concentration term is neglected here. We only find the time inverse, that is in the term of second inverse, maybe in term of minute inverse, hours inverse. So that means for zero order reaction, the unit of K is always mole per liter per second, and the unit of K for first order reaction is second inverse. So by seeing the value of K in term of unit, we can also find the rate of reaction. For example, if the value of K is given 1.25 into 10 की power minus 22 second inverse, so that means this indicate this is the first order reaction. If the value of K is given 1.25 into 10 की power minus 31 mole liter inverse second inverse, so that indicate the reaction is zero order reaction. So by seeing the unit, we can also find the rate of reaction, that is rate constant. Now we have to differentiate between rate of reaction and reaction rate constant, that is rate constant. The first point of difference, rate of reaction, it is the speed with which reactants are converted into the product. So that is the speed, that is change in concentration of reactant or product per unit time. But the rate constant is, it is a proportionality constant. It can be calculated when the reactants are taken in the unity. In that condition, the rate equal to K. Now second point, it is measured at the rate of decrease of concentration of reactant a rate of increase of concentration of product with time, but rate constant is equal to the rate of reaction when the concentration of each of the reactant is unity. Now third point of difference, it depends upon the initial concentration of the reactant, that is rate of reaction depend upon the initial concentration of reactant, but rate constant not dependent, that is it is independent of the initial concentration of the reactant. It has a constant value at fixed temperature. That means this only depend upon the temperature, not the concentration of the reactant. Fourth point of difference, its unit are always mole per liter time inverse. That means the rate of reaction has fixed unit, it is always mole per liter time inverse, but the unit of rate constant depend upon the order of reaction that I just explained before this in the topic unit of rate of reaction, that is unit of rate constant. So these are the point of difference between the rate of reaction and rate constant. Now we have to know that how to calculate the order of reaction and what is the order of reaction. So this is the sum of the powers of the concentration of the reactants in the rate law expression is called the order of that chemical reaction. Now how can we explain this? To consider a general reactions AA plus BB, this will give CC plus DD. Here again small a, b, c, d are the stoichiometric coefficient. For this we can write the rate like this, rate equal to K, here reactants are A and B. So that's why we write the power X power Y for B. Here X and Y may be equal to small a small b or may not be equal to small a or small b, because this is the experimental quantity. So that's why we cannot write by seeing the balanced chemical equation. Here X and Y find out the experimentally. So this power XY after adding we got the order of reaction. So for this reaction the order of reaction is X plus Y. So like this we can calculate the order of reaction. If rate law is given in term of this, so we have only to add the power so that we find the order of reaction. Now let us explain how we can calculate the order of reaction in the rate law equation. So here one question like this you have to given. By this questions you have to got the order of reaction as it is the experimental quantity. So that's why here experiments are given like this. So look the question, rate of reaction A plus B, this will give the product is given as a function of different initial concentration of A and B. Here A given mole per liter, B also given mole per liter, initial rate is given mole per liter minute inverse. Here time taken in the minute. So now you have to determine the order of reaction with respect to A and with respect to B. So how can you solve this type of question? So let us take the rate of reaction like this, rate equal to K, here the reactant are A and B. So that's why we taken K A ki power X, B ki power Y. So now we have to find the power X and Y by the experimental table. So now look the table. From the given data, it is clear that we have taken the experiment number 1 and 2. So by doubling the concentration of A, that is in starting in experiment 1, we have taken the concentration of A 0.01, and in experiment number 2, this will becomes 0.02. In that condition, now the rate is also double from 0.005 to 0.010. When the B is kept constant, then experiment second, B is kept constant. In that condition, when the concentration of A is double, the initiality is also double. Thus, this indicates that the rate is directly proportional to concentration of A. That is, the rate directly proportional to A. That means the X should be 1, or the order of reaction with respect to A is 1. Now we have to find the order of reaction with respect to B. So when the concentration of A is kept constant, this will take place in the experiment number 1 and 3rd. Here the A is constant, but now the concentration of B is doubled. But look, the initial concentration is same. So that means कि initial concentration, that is rate, is not depend upon the concentration of B. So why? So how we can calculate this? Like again, when the concentration of A is kept constant, H from experiment number 1 and 3rd, and the concentration of B is doubled, so the rate does not change. So that's why the power Y should be 0, or the order of reaction with respect to B is 0. So thus the reaction rate we can write like this: rate equal to A की power 1 and B की power 0. As you know that the any power should be give the number 1, so that's why we can write the rate equal to K and A power 1 is not written. So this is the your answer, rate equal to K and also K multiplied by molar concentration of A. So here this indicate that in the reaction product depend upon the A plus B, but in experimental it show that product does not depend upon the, that means rate of reaction does not depend upon the B. So that's why the order of reaction is experimental quantity. We cannot write the order of reaction only by seeing the balanced chemical equation. So this type of question you have to solve like this. Now molecularity of a reaction: the number of reacting species taking part in an elementary reaction which must collide simultaneously in order to bring about a chemical reaction is called molecularity of a reaction. Values are limited from 1 to 3. That means molecularity more than 3 is not possible. That means a molecules collide with 1 molecules or 2 molecules or 3 molecules, but more than 3 molecules collision at a time is not possible. So on the basis of colliding particles, the molecularity of reaction may be unimolecular, bimolecular or trimolecular. Here some examples are given. The first, unimolecular, when one reacting species is involved. For example, ammonium nitrite when heated produce N2 gas, N2O4 when heated produce 2NO2 gas, this is a brown color gas. PCl5 when heated liberate PCl3 plus Cl2. Cyclopropane change into propene. These all reactions you learn properly. This will help you in further chapter also. Now second, bimolecular reaction. Now bimolecular reaction, this involves simultaneous collision between two species. That's why this is known as bimolecular reaction. Here some examples are given to explain this. Dissociation of hydrogen iodide, 2HI, that means 2 molecules of HI. This will gives H2 plus I2. Second example, NO3 in gas form plus O3. Ozone, this reaction also take place in the atmosphere. The layer at each, that is stratosphere, which deplete the ozone layer. The NO plus O3, this will gives 2NO2 plus O2. This is also example of bimolecular reaction. Third, trimolecular reaction are also known as termolecular reaction. This involve simultaneous collision between 3 reacting species. For example, 2NO plus O2, this will gives 2NO2, that is nitric oxide react with oxygen produce nitrogen dioxide. This is the brown color gas and also paramagnetic in nature due to presence of 1 unpaired electrons on nitrogen atom. Second, 2CO plus O2 convert 2CO to CO. You know about this poisonous gas. This gas is also combined with the hemoglobin. That's why it is very poisonous gas. Then 2FeCl3 plus SnCl2. This will give 2FeCl2 plus SnCl4. So these are the example of trimolecular reaction. These all reactions you have to study in the further chapters. So that's why focus these reactions also here. Now note the probability more than 3 molecules can collide and react simultaneously is very small. Hence reaction with the molecularity 3 are very rare and slow to proceed. That's why molecularity more than 3 is not possible. Second point to note, for complex reaction, order is given by the slowest step and molecularity of the slowest step is same as the order of overall reaction. That means in the slowest step, order should be equal to molecularity of the reaction. So this type of question may be asked, in which condition order should be equal to molecularity. So this is the answer. In the slowest step of the reaction mechanism, they have same value. Now difference between the order and molecularity. This is also very important for the board examinations. So many times this type of questions may be asked. Write the one difference between the order of and molecularity of reaction. The first difference, the order, sum of the power of all the concentration term in the rate law, that is the power. When added, you got the order of reaction in the rate law, but the molecularity is sum of the coefficient of the reactant in the balanced chemical equation. So how many molecules take part? This will give molecularity. Second, order is the experimental determined quantity, but molecularity is theoretical concept. Third, can be 0 or fractional, but molecularity cannot be 0 or fractional. Here some examples are given. 2Hi on the gold surface give H2 plus I2. For this the rate of reaction do not depend upon the Hi. That's why it is a zero order reaction. One more examples are given for the fraction. COCl2, this is known as phosgene gas. This will give CO plus Cl2. For this the rate of reaction depend upon the power of COCl 3 by 2. So this is the fraction power. The order should be 0 or fractional, but molecularity cannot be 0 or fractional. Fourth point of difference, it can also be negative, that is order may be negative, but molecularity never be negative. One examples are given to explain here. 2O3, this will gives 2O2. This reaction take place in also the stratosphere of atmosphere. Rate equal to K. O3 ozone depend upon 2 power, but for O2 this depend upon -1 power. The order with respect to O2 is negative, but cannot be negative for whole the reaction. So that's why the order should be negative, but molecularity never be negative. Fifth point of difference, it is applicable to both elementary as well as complex reaction. That is, there is overall order for a complex reaction, but for molecularity it is applicable only to the elementary reaction. There is no overall molecularity for the complex reaction. So this 5 difference I have given here. Learn this difference and also try to understand how the difference between the order of reaction and molecularity you have to know. Now rate determining step. So here if the reaction take place in the multi-step, so you have to find out the slowest step of the reaction, so that determine the rate of the reaction. So now you have to know about this. The overall rate of reaction is controlled by the slowest step in a reaction called the rate determining step. The slowest step is the rate determining step. Some of the elementary reaction in a reaction path are relatively slow. The slowest reaction step determine the maximum rate because a reaction cannot proceed faster than its slowest step. So that means for determination of the rate, we have to find the slow step in that reaction. Now here one questions are given to you. How to know that? You can write the rate of reaction if the mechanism is given here. So look the question, what is the rate and order of reaction if the mechanism is here 2NO plus H2, this will give N2 plus H2O2. Here write the slow. Then H2O2 plus H2, this will give 2 water molecule, this is the fast reaction. So now you have to look the slow step. Here slow step contains 2 molecule of NO and 1 molecule of H2. So this is the trimolecular reactions, and the rate should be written like this: R equal to K NO की power 2 and H2 की power 1. That's why the order of reaction should be 3. So here molecularity is 3 and order of reaction is also 3. So by this way you can calculate the rate of reaction by finding the slow step of the reaction by the given mechanism. Now we have to focus about the zero order reaction and also find the integrated rate equation. So what are the zero order reactions? A reaction is said to be zero order if the rate is independent of the concentration of the reactants. Here the rate do not depend upon the concentration of reactant. So that's why this is known as zero order reaction. Here R, that is reactant, change into product. So now we have to write the rate. So dr by dt, this is the instantaneous rate. We can write like this, equal to K R की power 0. That means the rate do not depend upon the concentration of R. This will give equal to K. So now integrating this from initial concentration to final concentration. So we find the integration R0 to R dr equal to K and T0 to T dt. So we find that R naught, this initial concentration, minus R final concentration equal to KT. That means R naught is concentration when time is 0 at T equal to 0, and R is the concentration when T equal to at time, any time. So we can write the equation like this: K equal to R naught minus R divided by T. Again R naught is initial concentration and R is final concentration, T is the time taken and K is the rate constant. So for zero order, this formula you have to learn to calculate the numericals coming the board examinations. K equal to R naught minus R divided by T. Again R naught is initial concentration and R is final concentration after time T. So this formula you have to mug up so that this formula give benefit to you to solve the question related to zero order reaction. Now if we plot a graph between the concentration, that is final concentration, and time, so this will give according to a straight line equation, that is y equal to mx plus c. So we plot a graph between the concentration of R and time t, we got the slope negative, that's why, and also it have intercept R0. So graph are showing like this, the variation in concentration versus time plot for zero order reactions. So this graph should be like this. You have to learn the graph and also can we calculate the graph from straight line equation, that is y equal to mx plus c. Here c is R naught, m is slope, that is equal to minus k. That's why graph moving to the downward in a straight line, do not passing to the origin due to presence of intercept, that is R naught. Now examples of zero order reactions. First, the decomposition of gaseous ammonia on a hot platinum surface is a zero order reaction at high pressure. So 2 ammonia when passed to the molybdenum surface or tungsten surface or platinum surface, this will produce N2 plus 3H2. For this the rate of reaction do not depend upon the ammonia. Why this happen? After some time the all surface of platinum or molybdenum are saturated by ammonia. After that, whatever amount of ammonia should be passed, the rate do not depend upon the concentration of ammonia. So that's why the rate for this reaction is not depend upon the concentration of ammonia. Similarly, second example, photochemical reactions, that is photosynthesis, is also example of zero order reactions. Here H2 gas plus Cl2 gas in the form of reactant, when react in the presence of H nu, that is light, this will give the 2Cl in the form of gas. There also reactant do not depend upon the rate, that is rate is not depend upon the concentration of H2 and Cl2. One more example, third example, N2O nitrous oxide, when react with the, when passed to the hot platinum surface, produce N2 plus half O2 gas. Here also rate do not depend upon the N2O. Then 2HI gas, when passed to the gold surface, this will give H2 plus I2. Here rate is also not depend upon the concentration of HI. That's why this is also zero order reaction. One more example, all reactions occurring by the free radical mechanism is also example of zero order reaction. Here dot are formed by homolysis fission, and these dot is known as free radicals. So these are the examples of zero order reactions. These examples you have to learn. Maybe one examples are given in the board examination and ask about that which type of order is shown by these reactions. Now characteristics of zero order reaction. First, what we have to learn from zero order reactions. So first point, concentration of reactant decrease linearly with the time, that is RT, that means final concentration, equal to R naught, that is initial concentration, minus KT. When we draw a graph between the R, this is final concentration, and T, we got the intercept R naught, and K, that is slope negative. This can also be written in term of AT equal to A naught minus KT. The unit of rate constant, the K is, I have told you. Again here we can know about this, mole per liter, time inverse. Again time may be second, may be inverse, may be minute, may be years. Third property, time required for completion of reaction or a zero order reaction finish in T equal to R naught by K. So for time of completion, you can find the time by this equation. You have to know about the K. K can be calculated by also by R naught minus R divided by T. Then T half of zero order reaction is directly proportional to initial concentration. So T half we can be calculated. T half means half life, can be calculated like this, R naught divided by 2K, or you can write like this, 0.5 R naught divided by K. So that indicate the T half of zero order reaction is directly proportional to initial concentration of the reactant. So these four property you have to know about the zero order reaction, that is beneficial to solve the questions in the board examinations and also competition examinations. Now we will discuss about the some questions and their answer. Which are based on the above topics. So now question number 1. Why does the rate of any reaction generally decreases during the course of reaction? That means rate of any reaction decreases as the reaction proceeds. So the rate of reaction depends upon the concentration of reactant. So that's why as the reaction progresses, reactant start getting converted into the product. So the concentration of reactant decreases and hence the rate of reaction decreases. So this answer you have to know about this type of question. Now question number 2. The form of the rate law for a reaction is expressed as rate equal to K Cl2 की पावर 1 NO की पावर 2. Now find out the order of reaction with the respect to Cl2 and with respect to NO and also the overall order of this reaction. So as I have told you, in the rate law expression, the power indicate the order of reaction. There is the Cl2 की power 1, that's why the order with respect to Cl2 equal to 1 and the power with respect to NO is 2. So that's why the order of reaction with respect to NO is 2. Now the overall order 2 plus 1 equal to 3. So this type of question may be given, may be asked in the board examination. So you have to write the answer like this. Now question number 3rd. For a reaction A plus water, this will give B the rate directly proportional to A. So what is its first molecularity, second order of reaction? So now look the answer. Here A plus water, as you know that water is always taken in the excess amount. So that's why here the water molecules should be neglected. So that's why it look like bimolecular, but it is behave as unimolecular. Hence we use the term pseudo. Pseudo means false. Pseudo unimolecular. Second, now that we have to find the order of reaction. So for order of reaction we write like this, as the rate depend upon only A and the power of A equal to 1. So that's why the order of reaction is 1. Question number 4. Write the rate equation for the reaction. Given here A2 plus 3B2, this will gives 2C if overall order of the reaction is 0. So we have to write the rate of reaction if the order of reaction is 0. So that means the rate of reaction do not depend upon the concentration of A and B. So we have to write the rate equation like this. Rate equal to K, A2 की power 0, B2 की power 0. That is the rate equal to K. Now question number 5. What do you understand by the rate law and rate constant of a reaction? And also one more question is added here. Identify the order of reaction if the unit of its rate constant are first liter inverse mole second inverse and second liter mole inverse second inverse. Now the answer is an experimentally determined expression which relate the rate of reaction with the concentration of the reactant is known as rate law, and while the rate of reaction when the concentration of each reactant is unity in the rate law expression is called rate constant. This I also told you in previous lecture and in this lecture also. So this is the definition of rate law and rate constant. Now we have to identify the order of reaction from the given units. So first comparing the power of mole in liter inverse, mole second inverse and mole liter inverse 1 minus n second inverse. So now look the mole liter inverse have power 1, second inverse cancel. So that means we get 1 equal to 1 minus n. Here n equal to 0. So that's why this indicates 0 order reaction. Second, again comparing power of mole in liter mole inverse second inverse and mole liter inverse 1 minus n power second inverse second cancel again. Here mole power minus 1. So that's why it should be have converted into mole liter inverse by giving the power minus 1. So here minus 1 equal to 1 minus n, that is we can find n equal to 2. This indicates that this is the second order reaction. Now question number 6. For the reaction 3A, this will be product if the concentration of reactant A is increased 4 times, the rate of reaction doubled to determine the order of reaction. So this type of question may be asked also in the board examination. So solution, rate equal to we can write like this, K A ki power m, we can write the x, we can write the y, z, anything you write the power by yourself. Here 1, this is the question number 1 where the m is order of reaction. Now given that 2 into rate, now rate is double and the concentration of A become 4. So 2 rate equal to K 4A ki power m. This is the question number 2. So from equation number 1 and 2 we find that 1 by 2 equal to 1 by 4 ki power m. So that's why we get the m equal to 1 by 2. that is half order reaction. So like this you can calculate the order of reaction from this type of question. Now question number 7 is the last question I have explained here. Write the rate expression for the reaction A give product. Second point, for the reaction 2A give A2, the rate of reaction becomes 3 times when the concentration of A is increased 27 times. So what is the order of reaction? And third point, in this question for a particular reaction, the rate of reaction does not change with time. What conclusion can you draw from this observation? So for question number A, the answer is, now rate we can write like this, rate A की power n, here n equal to order of reaction, here no experimental quantity is given, that's why we can think that the order of reaction should be xyz, or you can write the n here. So rate should be like this, rate equal to A की power n. Now second question, we have to calculate the order of reaction. Again similarly as question number 6, you can solve this and find the order of reaction 1 by 3. Now question number 7 of C, for particular reaction the rate of reaction does not change with the time. So that's why the rate of reaction does not change with the time. That means it do not depend upon the concentration of reactant, and hence this will be zero order reaction. So this type of question may be asked also. So the variety of questions which may be asked in the examination I have discussed here. These questions again do yourself by reading, understanding the topics. Now question number 1, more questions are given here. Question number 8, the reaction 2A plus B plus C, this will give D plus E, the product is found to be first order reaction in A, second order in B, and zero order in C. So first give the differential rate law for the above reactions. Second, what the effect on the rate when the concentration of A, B and C each is increased 2 times. And third, and the B part of question number 8, identify the reaction order if the unit of rate constant is second inverse. So now A part 1, the rate law above reactions is given as dx by dt or r equal to k, A की power 1 given, तो we write the 1, B की power 2 given, we write the 2, C की power 0 given, we write the C power 0. Here that means the according to rate law, the rate do not depend upon the concentration of C. Now second part of it, the effect of on the rate when the concentration of A, B and C each increased to 2 times. As the rate of reaction indicate that the rate do not depend upon the concentration of C. So that means on increase the concentration of A, B and C 2 times, then now the rate becomes 2A, 2B की power 2 and 2C की power 0. So that means after solving we get 2 into 4k A, B की power 2. That means 8 times. So the rate becomes 8 times in that condition. Now B part of question number 8, as I have told you, the unit of rate constant is given here second inverse. This will indicate the first order reaction. So that's why by seeing the unit we can also find the order of reaction. So order or reaction is 1. Now self assessment test. Write two difference between the order of reaction and molecularity of reaction. Second, define the following terms: pseudo first order reaction, half life period of a reaction, and third, calculate the overall order of reaction which has the rate expression. A rate expression is given, only you have to add the power and find the order of reaction. And last question, define a specific reaction rate. Now dear students, do all work in classwork copy, prepared a note with the help of PPT video. Stay safe, stay healthy and keep learning, because learning is the continuous process, and make a target of 100% in board examination. Thank you dear students.